I really love making my own handmade images, and you could pretty much do them with any logo or cartoon, or basically any handmade drawing. I really don't make cakes very often anymore, but this was something that I just couldn't say no to because it was my husband who asked me to come up with something for his coworker. So he gave me three ideas, and he said he really likes DuckTales, and he really loves the Transformers or G.I. Joe, and he really couldn't choose between any of those, you know, all those 90s cartoons. So I said, well, why don't I just do them all? And he was like, really? And I said, yeah. I said I could do handmade edible images. So my original idea was that I was going to wrap this cake in fondant and I was going to add these edible images to the top of it. Wasn't really sure how, but then he told me about an inside joke about the Toxic Avenger. And I said, do you want me to include that onto the cake? And he was like, yes, do it. I'm like, are you sure? And he said yes. So that's when I came up with the idea to make this a fault line cake. And instead of wrapping it in fondant, I decided to do all buttercream and turn it into a fault line cake. I know that these cakes aren't really trending anymore. Everyone and anyone has already made these. But being that I am such a small content creator and I don't really see any others make handmade edible images, I figured I would continue sharing these because I think it's really cool and I love making them. Plus, getting real prints isn't as easy as it used to be unless you have a printer of your own, which I don't, and I probably won't get one unless I make more cakes. But even then, I love the idea of these images being handmade. The colors are brighter and they're more vivid, plus your work shows, you know? And they are really simple to make. All you need is some edible sugar sheets, which I get mine off Amazon, a tracing pad, which I got mine at Walmart by Crayola, and some edible markers where you could pretty much find anywhere. And let me just add, I couldn't share it in this video because I'm running out of time, but this man was so happy that all of his buddies came together to create this cake and celebrate, and it just brought tears to his eyes, which really made my day. And by the way, we're talking about a 6'3" big burly man who just can't help to hide his emotions. Because although this cake was very simple, it was full of nostalgia for him. But anyway, if you guys want to see the longer version of this, I did post a long form video. It's a really long one, but I share the recipe. I baked the cake, I made the icing, I made the filling, and I stacked and iced, and then I put the whole cake together. But I thought that you guys would really like to see the short version of just making these edible images. I also made Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and I transferred them onto some pieces of fondant to make 2D characters, and they were the perfect additions to this cake. If you guys have a specific idea in mind, please don't hesitate to ask. I love making these edible images for you guys. And I really hope that you have fun making them too.